Okay, who had rated a 1 or 2 in any of the elements of auto? And what was the element that you need to feel more comfortable with? Drew, man?
Commercial auto and penal.
All right. Okay, the ENOL is, yeah, at a high level, Ryan, what's ENOL?
ENOL is employee non-owned liability. That's if you have employees using their personal vehicles and during the business hours, it protects your business. Usually we write it for $1 million. It's gonna give you $1 million in coverage. If one of your employees gets on the car, gets wrecked.
Yeah, and it counts as a fire product, and with, I think, I don't know, do you still have small business leaders?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's what, 24 auto, it's business auto, 24 fire? Is it more?
Yeah.
30, how many, honey?
We do ENOL.
30 and 30. 20 and 30. Okay, good. Excellent. All right, that sounds good. Okay, so that's what that is. And that's really pretty cool because, like with Ellen driving to the post office and she's using her vehicle, you know, if something were to happen, they'll go after her insurance company, but somebody could say, what you doing? Well, this is on business.
If it's rarely, it's usually like less than $5 a month to
Yeah, good, excellent. I need to check into that.
Yeah.
Your business policy, if
usually
it's
like-
with State Farm, just gives you incidental ENOL.
Because I have over $1 million with the
If it's
business.
incidental, if it's not like every day, but if it's an everyday use, you need to have an ENOL.
Okay, all right, good feedback, I appreciate that. Okay, anybody else have anything else in? All right, okay. All right, fire, which were the areas, and I know these are gonna be more of the, you know, the newer people. Which fire element, Jorge, was there anything in fire that you like, that you weren't a 4 yet? Most of them? Okay, well that, you know, but that's okay. You know, you just have to sooner than later, you know, within the next 30 days, the ones that Alexis said, you know, this is most important for you, you gotta know it, right?
That's pretty much what it is.
Okay, all right, anybody else with any of the fire?
They're all ones.
Pardon me?
They're all ones except conversions.
Okay, all right, so they're all, okay, so that's okay, sweetie, you just have to get on the
Product knowledge.
fire bus, right?
Get on the fire.
Home for us,
Yeah,
for me,
fire's
because
the
we don't
big
write
one.
home here, unless we're doing some Dover Bay, we can't write homeowner, so I haven't had any experience yet.
Okay, so you're gonna have to get really good at understanding the features of the Dover product.
Yeah.
You know, others of you that have the homeowners, you know, that's, again, you have to know what it is, because then, and how it kind of, all these little different, what do you call it, coverages under your homeowner's plan, I think.
Like, well,
Morning, how you doing today?
Did you get a car yet?
They're fresh, they're too bad. Okay, all right, anybody else with fire?
haven't done a lot of commercial auto, or commercial fire.
Commercial fire? Okay, yeah, so that's something I know a lot of agencies are, you know, tagging people like Ryan to do the commercial stuff. You know, because there is a lot behind it, right, guys, to get the commercial thing going. But it's, you know, you've got commercial specialists at State Farm too that I think you might work with, and you can learn a lot about it. But people have businesses, you know, there's a whole list of State Farm approved, actually contracted, right, to get good deals with commercial fire, so that's very cool. All right, life insurance, where's the area? Come on, guys, be honest. What's the, William, how about you? All right. Well, you got to know the difference between an annuity and life insurance and all that other stuff. And you know, a great way of learning about the product is pretend you're a customer and have one of your senior reps or your agent go through questions for you if you're a candidate for any of these products, and then they'll recommend it, which is kind of cool. All right, okay. Return of premium. How many of you are selling or have people in the office that are selling ROPs? Nice, right? Yeah, who's a good candidate for that? If you say these are good foods for return of premium. Nicole?
I like to sell them to young parents that have kids that are just newborns, because it's kind of cool because it forces them to save some money. And then right when their kid is in college and there's a lot of expenses, if you did a 20-year, they can have all that money. So it's like doubles, college
But I have
savings.
a question. So if I'm 25 years old, 30 years old, and I have one for 20 years, and now I'm 50, and I cash it out, then I have to start all over again with life insurance, right?
You do.
So can you convert those puppies?
Yeah, but
Okay.
there's no point of it.
I'm sorry?
You shouldn't, if you're just gonna convert them, you should just buy
because you're
Or-
not getting your money's worth if you're.
or permanent in the beginning. Now, you guys, I should have had here, and maybe, I guess that's the term, 10 pays and 15 pays, 10 pays are going away. I would make it like it's the biggest thing that's in sliced bread. I would go, right? Yeah, you gotta. I mean, it's like going out of business. So I would think between now and the end of the year, you know, your agency is really focused in on that, on the 10 pay. I mean, 15 pay is not bad either, 20 pay, but you get a 10 pay. I mean, that's pretty awesome, and I would make a big deal about it, quite honestly. So you guys that, you know, are not that familiar with that dynamic of that product, you need to find out about it. It's really pretty cool, whatever the pay is. But, you know, you get some good clients to get it. Perfect. I was at the AHA meeting. Were you there, sweetie? Yeah, I saw you there.
That's the last place I saw you.
Yeah, that's, you know, I was thinking that's where I saw you. Yeah, that's where I saw you. Before the haircut. Before HC. Before HC with A, yeah. Anyway, you went to Christie?
Yeah, great.
Yeah, what, 90210? What's that? 90210? Beverly Hills zip code. Do you know, and this is just, I thought was like, for me, it was pretty profound. She said every single town has that zip code within it. And that you guys need to find the 90210s. Even though, you know, it might seem like, you know, Beverly Hills, it's not. It's like we could have a Beverly Hills around Atlanta. Beverly Hills in Mississippi, right? I mean, you know, you just don't know. So she had suggested put a list together of your 90210 clients.
How many times have you heard that since March 26th?
Right? Wasn't it profound? Wasn't it profound? I thought it was like, holy moly. You know, and then the other thing that they're doing, and I, you know, again, I'm dangerous when it comes to your product, but they don't sell, keep me honest, they don't sell the projected value of the policy. They sell the guaranteed projection of the policy. So if you're getting
Guaranteed cash value.
the cash
versus
value.
the illustrated cash value.
Okay, and I thought that was pretty interesting, and because they said, and again, they could be brainwashed, no, I'm only kidding, is that if somebody, another company is giving you, saying our projected cash value is more than State Farm's, however, their guaranteed cash value is less, then it's impossible for them to have a better value than you do. Did I just make sense?
Unless they chose a higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not showing projected. And they're forcing the people to say, you look at what their projection is. And that they said, State Farm has the best life insurance policy ever when it comes to that. Now, of course, I'm sitting there being brainwashed. I was like a little, you know, dog. This is pretty cool. But I thought those two things were pretty profound for me. All right, so life insurance, you know, it's interesting. When I first met Nora, and I mentioned this, I think, in the meeting, maybe it was with service, I can't remember, but I said, you know, we looked at numbers, where they were from the year before, and I met her right after Katrina. And in Front Run, you know, they have at the end of the year what they wrote, you know, and it was more policy count than premium at that point on that report. And I looked at it, and I thought it was a typo. I really did. I thought it was a major typo. How could that be? But it was obscene on but not obscene because of Katrina. So she spoke to, and her persistencies, which is sticking on the books, was like well over 90%. So what was really amazing is with life insurance, I started thinking, and this, I've known her for, you know, over 10 years now. I said, you know, it's almost like you guys are a financial services organization, and oh, by the way, you have great property and casualty products. It's like almost shifting your paradigm. Does that make sense? So kind of how I think about it. I mean, especially, and you're going to get fire. But you have umbrellas and you have PAPs. So you've got fire products. It's not that you don't have it. You just don't have homeowners. Don't get nervous about it. You'll get it. Big deal, right? Sweat the small stuff. But I really think that if you shift your paradigm and think of yourself as a financial services specialist agency, you'll get the P&C. But then you feel like, you know, you're not intimidated by the life and health. That's why in quoting every month, how many families should you be quoting life insurance every month without fail? How many? Everybody?
40.
Everybody?
40.
40. So you gotta find 40 people that need to have a compelling conversation with you on life insurance. And because of that, you guys and gals need to be really comfortable with what it is, what it does, and what it means. And really, in the beginning, and this is, I suggest this all the time, when you're starting out and you have an appointment with somebody, you should have that appointment with either a senior rep or with your agent. Do not have a life insurance appointment by yourself when you're starting out. You're gonna miss a lot of different cues. Is that fair to say, guys? You know, and I don't even care. I mean, if I was selling it now and I was, and let's say I was working with Ken and I had somebody come in, I'd say, Ken, I've got, you know, John Smith coming in for an appointment. You know, this is what's going on in his environment. Can you be with me on the call, on the appointment? I would have them all the time because you're gonna learn so much from your agents and then from the senior reps that are doing a really great job. So I don't think a life insurance appointment when you're starting out should be done alone. Fair? How many managers and agents agree with that? Yeah, don't worry about it. It's not that you're not doing it well. You're gonna learn so much from them. As a matter of fact, Entree's Tracker bonus plan, you might have had to do this too. They had to have at least 5 appointments that they observed with another senior rep.
Mine's like this.
For the month, huh?
Mine's like that for life insurance now.
Yeah, not life
Mine's for
insurance.
life.
Okay, good, exactly. And so it's really the appointments to get everybody, so it's like 5 a month. And so that's minimum, 5 a month. And they're gonna sit with Michael, who's really a top rep there, and they're gonna learn from him. So I strongly suggest in some of your activities, if you're brand new, is to, you know, anywhere between 5 and 10 appointments that you observe with another person, which is gonna make it, you know, really pretty cool. You gotta get Ray in front of a client. He's unbelievable.
Yeah, I've seen him talk to a few people.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
Well, those two boys,
9 feet 12 inches high. Okay. All right. How about health? What was the area, Josh, that I like your shirt, Josh, that you felt most uncomfortable with or not as confident with?
I'd like to learn more about the long term.
Okay, the long-term disability, yeah. And then, you know what we don't have is, you gotta put in the rider for long-term care.
Yeah, that's
You know, that's
what I
pretty,
wanna learn.
put that in there, put, you know, whether you wanna do it on life or health, because I think it falls under the life policy. But the,
FCB,
I'm sorry? What?
flexible care rider.
Yeah.
Flexible care rider, I like that, I love your accent. Flexible care rider,
I know this, I'm taking a walk
I
test.
didn't get that.
I'm sorry?
I think they're gonna start offering, long-term care through med subs too.
Okay, all right. Well, you know what's interesting? Everybody should have one if they can. I mean, you know, you think about it, you start drooling and you're older, who's gonna take care of you? Will you take care of me?
Sure.
Aw.
You're gonna pay well, I'll take care of you.
But, you know, it's like, and you know, you could be as young as 40 to get one.
Yeah.
You know, it's really cheaper. Obviously, the rate goes up more, but, you know, that should be part of the portfolio of any client. So put that rider somewhere that you feel really comfortable with it, that you can explain it in the life section. All right. Okay, so there's short-term disability. Okay, good. Now, banking. How many people, what was the area in banking that you feel the least comfortable with?
Mortgage.
Okay, mortgages? Okay, all right.
I would say money market.
What, honey?
Money market.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. So whatever you feel uncomfortable with, you know, make sure get Margaret to help you with it, you know, what it is, what it does. Maybe you take one out, right?
Maybe one day.
Yeah, and what I know some of my agents do is, you know, not everybody can have a mortgage license. It's very expensive. So maybe there's 1 or 2 people in the agent and somebody else. But there's a checklist, there's a questionnaire that the team members could ask the client and then hand that questionnaire over, you know, to the agent. And then again, if you have given, let's say Alexis a referral for a mortgage. You have your mortgage license, right, honey? You give her, Jorge, you give her a referral. She's gonna meet with the client, just for grins and giggles, go on that appointment. Sit and listen to her. Because then once you process the application of it, I mean, we know they pay the mortgage, duh. But there's other parts of that. I mean, she'll probably get into mortgage protection, which might be a life insurance discussion with them. You know, there's a lot of different ways to spin, you know, to spawn off of that, but really pretty cool, right, Rebecca? It's like, there's so much opportunity, you know, to learn from other people. And then the provisional conversation, we're gonna learn more about that, so we'll get to that today. All right, good. If you like this, then what I can do also is have Ellen send another copy to you. She's gonna send the circles, but she can send this, this little assessment that you can hand out to your team members. And then you find the common denominator, Rebecca, with your team, like, okay, we're not as good at ROPs. So let's have a meeting next week on ROPs. You know, we're not as good at umbrella. Let's talk about umbrella, whatever it is. Fair enough? Okay. Now, this is what I want you to do in your tables. What I'd like you guys to do is I want you to look at your notes from yesterday, your little cards, your notebook. I want you as a team to come up with 3 or 4 things from yesterday's discussion that really resonated with you. Say, wow, I'm gonna do this. This is huge for me, all right? Sorry. Put your phones away.
You want me to get it?
I'll try.
Away. This is not about the phones, okay. All right, so discuss amongst yourselves 3 or 4 key dividends, nuggets that you got from yesterday. We'll uplink to the group in about 5 minutes, and then through this process, we're also gonna be reviewing what we did. Fair enough? Perfect. I'm gonna just sit here next to you for a minute.
I'll say, I mean, a couple of things I think that we'll definitely do is the provisional conversation. And she said a couple of times, and certainly yesterday afternoon when we were talking about liability, the trial close. You're kind of planting that seed. I really like that.
Those are big things yesterday.
Yeah. So those were the biggest things for me yesterday.
Oh shoot, I think I forgot my card, my own card, my Tibbet card. I really like the way she says that if for some reason we can't get your auto today, in some way we're gonna make you become a State Farm client. And then I also like, today, that's right.
That trial close.
That's today.
I mean,
And then even though she uses it not just saying if we can't do your auto, but she keeps saying, you know, what would make you comfortable in becoming a State Farm customer today? And I like how she says too, have you had a quote from State Farm before? Yes. If they say yes, then you say, well, this time we're going to make you a customer. So that kind of assuming that sale, I love that.
you didn't ask why they didn't go with State Farm. You say today you're going to go with State Farm.
I like those trial closes, and also just double checking. If for some reason if everything goes well today, is there any reason that you wouldn't become a State Farm customer today? Well, then you get over those objections right off the bat.
Yeah, like I didn't buy the car yet.
Yeah, I don't have the car yet.
That
Or
would kind of help.
exactly. So, or my husband. I love that. I love that because I think a lot of times we let people waste our time, and I like that because it kind of gets over that. I'm not letting somebody waste your time.
Shelby, it looks like you're next.
I like the provisional conversations just because it's a way to like open up more doors, I guess, to get more products underneath, like their policies and like getting them to like really think about what they have and is it really enough, like that kind of thing. Because a lot of my friends they don't even know what life insurance is. Like, and so when I'm studying for my test and stuff, they're looking at me like,